Hey guys, hi and welcome to the video. This video, I just want to talk about some of the gaps that I have observed. Not saying you, I have observed when I came into the IT industry, right? As I said, this is my perspective. Your perspective might be different, but this is just my perspective. So I learned about all these APIs and stuff, and I made a Flask API. But when I entered the industry, I was like, holy shit, Flask app that is running on port 5000, it's not enough. You need way too much of things, right? For example, then I discovered, oh, you know what? The API, we have to use a GUnicorn worker. The Flask API has to scale using GUnicorn workers. Okay. Then I learned about logging. Hey, how do I add a robust logging system there, right? Okay, how do I ship my logs? Where do I see my logs? Okay, Datadog, CloudWatch Matrix. Okay, that's that. Then Swagger UI. Okay, how do I document my essentially API? How do I add unit test code to my API, right? Different unit tests, for example, JSON testing, status code testing, all that stuff. You have to add unit test, right? After that, documentation, UML diagrams for your APIs, right? How is your code organized, right? Code coverage, right? Having code coverage reports. Not hard coding values, having it in an environment variable, right? Now, these all things seems pretty common, right? But when I, essentially came to the industry, I was like, holy shit, I have no idea what's going on. So, I started, now has been years and I've been now teaching people. So, which is why I have decided to, make all these amazing contents for you guys. Okay, once you made your API, okay, how do you scale it? Now, okay, upload on ECS, right? Now scale it up on AWS, right? Then you could use Kubernetes. You could essentially create multiple instances and replicas of your API, right? So all these stuff, right? So this is, again, as I said, right, my perspective. A lot of university, they do teach all these things. For example, they teach Airflow and all these amazing, beautiful things. But still, I believe there is always gonna be a gap, because industry is here and the universities are teaching here. Because I feel it's more theoretical. I mean, there is practical labs and stuff, but I still believe there's a huge gap, right? Especially when you go to a product-based company, right? You gotta deliver, right? You can't take forever to document a particular. You have a deadline and you have to deliver that item on a particular deadline, right? So it's a whole new experience, right? Which is why I started making YouTube videos, and I started teaching people, hey, you know what? If you made an API, it's not good enough. You have to do this to get to this point A, B, C. So I just wanted to have a conversation about this topic, right? And please don't get me wrong. Please don't get me wrong. All I want to say, when I was studying back in India as well, right? I felt like it was so much importance on the theoretical aspect. A great, I mean, I'm not criticizing anything, but I'm just saying there was a lot of emphasis on theoretical part, just theory. I had a very little experience or hands-on experience. Most of the time I was just writing journals. If viewers from India are watching this video, you exactly know what I'm talking about. If you have done your engineering in India, right, you know how many assignments and big files you have to submit for each particular labs, right? You exactly know what I'm talking about. So I think that part could be improved. Instead of giving all those writing, maybe, hey, look into a project, maybe submit an amazing project, learn how to scale things up, right? I think those would add values as well. And as I said, I'm not saying that theory is not important. It is important. You have to know the concept, but going too depth in theory is also not good enough, right? Like, for example, we go so deep in theory. Well, I mean, if you know what I'm trying to say, right? A little theoretical, a little practical touch would be really amazing, like with real world examples. Okay, how do you deploy your software? How do you ship your software? How do you maintain your software? How do you document your software? Databases, all these stuff would be really amazing. Well, this is, again, as I said, my perspective, not criticizing anyone, right? So I have observed when I came from, I was a fresher and I came to the industry, I did observe that gap, because industries are running at this, like all these unit testing frameworks, then serverless frameworks. I had no idea when I came as a fresher. I had to really pace up on my skills, really pace up on my skills, right? So I explored all these stuff, for example, Terraform, this, that. There are so many things on this, right? So yeah, just my perspective. Let me know what is your perspective on this topic. Do you feel that there is a gap between what school teaches us and what actually the university needs, right? So let me know your thoughts in the comments. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next